Welcome to Smoking Underground. I am the first host, or am I the second host? It depends on what order you count things in, from left to right or right to left. But my name's Devin, and this is...
I am Gary, and welcome to Smoking Underground. Appreciate y'all coming about, spending time with us, setting aside some of the time of your day, and enjoying some good cigar talk from two guys that pretend like they know what they're talking about.
Or at least cigar talk.
Yes, indeed. Right on.
Good, bad, ugly.
Yeah, apathetic cigars, so it's always good, man.
Who knows? What's up, Mr. Gary?
You know what? It's been good. It's been a good week. Everything's been good. Tomorrow's Friday. Weather's been good today. All is well, and I am stoked about this weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend?
I figured I'd work in the shop, and it's always a stoked time when I'm working in the shop. It's fantastic. The Total Cigars over in Mountain Brook, fantastic time. We have a good time. If you're in the area, please stop by. Come in, say hello, and enjoy the show. And ask me questions or just say hello. That's all. How about you?
I am doing great. I'm feeling good. Just pumped some sugar into me, so I'm feeling great now.
Good deal.
And on top of that, I got to go skeet shooting for the first time yesterday.
Well, how about that? Did you figure out which end of the gun to use? Yeah.
Only one or two people had to go to the hospital. But other than that, I hit almost all of my targets except for maybe about 4 or 5 of them.
Okay.
And I've never done skeet shooting.
You've done 6 skeets then if you only hit 4 or 5 of them.
Well, we did multiple rows of people, so I was the last row to go, and then we rotate back.
Oh, that's fun, man. I heard a lot of folks enjoy this.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of police shooting? You ever heard of that?
No.
Police. It's like skeet shooting, but what happens is they come out and they have little wings on them, and they spin. And as they come out, they do this.
So it's like the what do they call that? The racquetball of tennis, or the what's the tennis where it's the ball with the thing on the end of it?
Yeah, the birdie.
Yeah.
Badminton.
Badminton.
Yeah, something similar to that, but you've got to be on your game.
Yeah.
There's only know a couple of guys doing it, and so it's that's gonna be the next step up, I think.
Okay. All right.
Heck yeah. So anyway, we're good. Glad you had a good week. Everything's good. I'm glad the skeet shooting went well without injuring yourself or anyone else.
And then this
That's always nice.
This weekend.
Uh-oh.
Going to the races.
Really?
Yeah.
Or the dog races. Go to the dog races.
Car races.
Oh, okay. You upgraded. I hear you, man. Good for you.
Yep.
Great.
Mine's got some high grade tickets, and
Nice.
you know what I mean.
I do.
Yep.
I do.
I'm going there.
It's good to have friends in low places.
Well,
It sure
yeah,
is.
he's a pretty tall guy, so there you go.
Yeah, boy.
What's up?
Good. Hey guys, good to see y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing that, Jonesy. I see you out there, buddy. Thank
Jackpot.
you. Yes, indeed.
So metal. They were saying something about the mic echoing.
Yeah, I just got it fixed.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
See, we got great people watching this. Great people watching this.
Outstanding. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate that. Any other input?
Did you hear our stories from the beginning? Was that legible?
Yeah, you.
John said they didn't miss anything. Well, all right. That's all right. That's okay too.
What does the commenters say?
Well, I don't know. I mean, had a good weekend. Went skeet shooting yesterday.
Yeah.
Going to the racetrack this weekend.
Awesome, man. That's gonna be so.
You're going to
cool.
work in the shop. There you go.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Indeed. So that's good. I know the races are gonna be good, man. You gonna have any cigars at the races? Are you gonna smoke out there? Do you know?
I don't know if it's indoor or outdoor. I assume it's indoor, which means I can't.
Okay.
And then you know how people are even in outdoor spaces that have a lot of people.
Now you say it's indoor. What type of racing are you looking at?
It's some kind of car racing. I've never been there. I have no idea.
Is this demolition derby type stuff?
No idea.
No. Okay. All right.
No idea.
Okay.
So-
So you don't. So you don't even know.
No, I'm just told to meet somewhere. We're all going, and then I'll figure it
Man,
out.
you could be shipped south of the border for all you know for right now. I mean, that's all you know.
I'll just pick up
That's
some
it.
cigars while I'm there too.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Hey, I'll
Yes.
make the best of it.
Those some San Andreas in there while you're at it, man.
No, it's an IndyCar race apparently outdoor.
Okay.
That's
Oh, okay.
I'm
Nice.
actually going with Sir Metal.
Nice.
Just to let you know.
Good deal.
So I might be able to. I will bring them just in case.
Heck yeah, I
If
would
they,
too.
get
You
kinda
know it.
Crazy about it.
I'm telling you, I would too, buddy. That's going to be a good time. Times two. Big time.
Is it still echoing?
Everything good?
Okay.
Not to me. If the people in the comment section want to say something, we'll work on it. But I think I got that solved.
Gotcha.
Very good.
You know, I went to like 8 of those IndyCar races, and I think I saw about 1 lap of racing because I got stuck working.
Oh gosh. Well, we're going to the Saturday instead of the Sunday, so we're just going to see qualifying and check out the track and junk like that.
It's a little bit better. There's a little bit lighter crowd. I don't know how publicly accessible it is, but my co-host on one of my podcasts has his racing simulator in the children's hospital booth. So I don't know how you get in there. I don't know what it costs, but the racing simulator his company builds and sells is
Okay.
going to be on display.
Oh,
Okay.
that's going to be cool. Great for the kids, man. That's going to be awesome there.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to
I
a
would
race
be
in
too.
forever.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
this is Smoking Underground, so let's talk about cigars a little bit.
Why not? Why not? Why
Well,
not?
you can smoke cigars at the IndyCar race because it's outdoor.
Okay.
That's what I need to
There you
know.
are. There you are. So,
Because I know some people are kind of mad, even with smoking.
right.
There are always people smoking cigars around there. I believe Harris actually had a booth there one year, and so did another shop in town had one in a different year.
Yeah.
And they've looked at a couple of different things. So
Gotcha.
I mean, it's outside. It's 800 acres.
So I've had a good week.
Right.
What we were talking about is, the skeet shooting, which I did surprisingly well on yesterday. And then the race this weekend. And we ought to be good. I smoked probably 3 cigars yesterday during the entire corporate event we did yesterday.
Wow. Nice.
I was just back to back to back. And I loved
Wow.
it. And I got known for like, hey, is the cigar guy coming back around here? I was like, yeah. I actually bought 3.
You left your mark. That's good.
I bought 3 cigars
Mhm.
extra that were like, I don't mind giving those away.
Okay.
Managed to sell one for a beer.
That's your job there was done after that.
Done. Yeah. I was
That's
like,
it.
anybody else want
Okay.
one?
Yep.
It costs a beer. This
That's
guy
right.
just set the precedence for it.
I don't know what to do with this gun, but boy, you got 2 of them here now. I was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a good
That's-
time.
I'm telling you, man, that's good stuff right there. I'm glad you had a good time. So, what are we smoking today, Mr. Devin? What do we got today, buddy?
We are this one, because we talk about what we're going to smoke throughout like the month. Like,
Yes.
we're trying to come up with a nice list and then we kind of go through it and stuff.
Right.
And I've purposefully kind of pushed this one to the back because I love it so much.
Woo, I mean, to tell you, it's like dessert.
It is.
You want to go for it, but you got to finish the stuff first before you. Oh yeah,
That's not to say
I'm
it's
with you.
better than all the rest,
I know.
but it is to say that I've never had a bad one. Never had one I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
They've all been good.
Yeah.
This is the Afuente Grand Reserve Hemingway.
Ding, 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 ding. Near and dear to my heart. It was my very first cigar, and of course we're doing the signature version of this. So Hemingway is a line. So if you come in, ask for a Hemingway. Hemingway is basically it's a line. It's like saying Chevrolet. So if you want a Hemingway, you're going to have to specify, of course, the different sizes, and they have very small. And I mean, like, I don't know whether y'all can see that or not, but it's real small. It's called Short Story. All the way up to the Masterpiece, which the Masterpiece is a double Corona, almost a double Gigante Corona, which is huge. It's about 10 and a half. I want to say about 10 and a half in length. It's huge.
Yeah.
But this is perfect. This
Yep.
is perfect right here.
I like
love
the
this.
smaller one every
Yeah.
once in a while, but this one is the perfect size.
I have to agree.
Um,
I'll concur with that.
and then the tip of it, which I'm particularly fond of, because to me, I call this lovingly the no hassle light.
Oh yeah, isn't that great?
It's literally
Man.
just light the tip.
There it is.
And that's it.
Just take a little heat on the end of it. Get that little cherry on the end of it right there, and light it up, and just have a good old time. I apologize. I've been eating a little bit of Mexican, so I apologize about the. Anyway, whatever. Here we go. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a big fan of this one. Anybody from veteran to new cigar smoker, it is one I would definitely include in a pack.
Yes, sir.
I would dare say this one's so good in that first time smoker, if he's feeling bold, be like, go ahead, do that one.
Come on.
You got this. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Come on, buddy. Right on.
It was really funny when I was in the shop on Sunday. It was an odd day. We probably sold a box of the short stories to various different people. You know,
Right.
they would buy in 6 or 7, and everybody was telling me how great it was. And I know it's a good cigar, but it was just odd that so many people in one day were coming up and telling me that. And right now they're actually kind of hard to get with all the cigar shortages. I know the 280 store doesn't have the classics, which is by far our best seller. It's a little bit longer than the signature. We have tons of signatures for some reason, but the short stories and the best sellers are, short stories are okay. Best sellers are a little bit more difficult to come by.
Yeah.
And the short story and bestseller don't say Hemingway on the box because they came about later, and Fuente decided, and I guess
Very good.
not to pay the licensing fees.
How about that? Okay.
Man, I'll
Very
tell you what,
good.
I'd like to talk to that fella.
How about that? Well, that's this is actually it was what they call a figurado, or special figurado, if you will. It's got a pointed tip on it, and the pointed tip, of course, is nothing but the binder and wrapper on the very end. So when you light it, it's got a real cedary flavor to it with a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
It's got a Cameroon wrapper on the outside, Dominican binder and filler, and the Dominican on the inside actually poses a nice sweet vanilla-y taste. But in this particular case, what happens is the Cameroon mixes with it. When it mixes with it, it turns into somewhat of a cocoa-y type flavor, almost somewhere along in that area right there. Just very, very good.
Yeah.
And it turns light, and then it starts getting a little bit thicker as it goes down. Again, this is more of a medium body, almost mild to medium body.
But for a medium body,
Yes.
it's the best.
Preach it.
It's honestly one of the best
Man.
ones I've ever had.
Is it ever?
It's just, this has become my go-to cigar. That's all I got to say is if I can't decide, I'm probably going to pick this because I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's either that or Padron, but for the most part, it's usually this one.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you there, honestly. But I tell you, I've curved just a little bit off of this one
Okay.
to same company, and there are a lot of aficionados as well as shop owners and guys, gurus that's been in the business for years and say, Fuente is, blah, 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 because they've been around for so long, but they
Right.
know what they're doing. Fuente knows what the heck they're doing.
Yep.
But so I am a Fuente fan, but what I really enjoy, you wrap this mother up in a rosado wrapper,
Mm-hmm.
might as well have a steak dinner, buddy.
Oh, Snapple.
My gosh, 858 Rosado. Gosh almighty. That's so good. That's,
Cheers to that.
Yes, indeed. Here. So what is your libation of choice today, sir?
I can see the bottle in my head, and I literally read
You
it right
did not
before.
forget it.
And
You forgot it, didn't you?
Wood Reserve, Woodford.
Woodford
Thank you.
Reserve.
Like it just like out of my head, gone.
I don't know that much about whiskey. However, when I ran the shop here, I put on whiskey events. So I heard that name.
Yes.
That's the only way I
Did
know.
you go with the smaller bottle of Woodford, or did you go with one of the bigger ones?
It was one of the larger ones, not the
Okay.
fat one, but the skinny large one.
Because we have the double oak usually around here, and then the standard Woodford. And I'll be honest, I don't drink too much, so I don't know the difference.
either.
We have a red label, a blue label, and I think a standard label
Really?
of the standard Woodford now.
So, you want to know how I chose for today?
Talk to me, and I've got more questions on that.
I literally came in here, unwrapped these, smelled it,
Mm-hmm.
walked in there, and I opened a bottle, and I went,
There it is.
"That's not it.
Nope.
That's too harsh right now."
Wow. Look
And
at
then
you.
until this one, I smelled it, and I went, "That's it. That's the one."
Really?
And I poured it,
Really?
and I am not disappointed because this is a lighter. It's got a lighter finish on it than what you would think it would be for the smell.
I see. Okay, now to my question. Of course, I'm not a liquor drinker, so y'all got to pardon me out there. I don't do alcohol except for maybe a beer every once in a while. I like heavy beer, like thick beer, porters, stouts, Guinness, that type of stuff. I
Right.
enjoy that. But you only can drink one or two of those, and that's about it, man, because it's so thick and heavy. But anyway, I'm curious about this, so y'all just bear with me. And if you have any questions or anyway, you want to teach me something, that's fine too. I mean, I don't mind learning. I'm not going to do it, but I just would like to know
Yeah, absolutely.
the difference between single oak barrel, double oak barrel, that type stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's when they let the whiskey age. They have
Okay.
different barrels that have had different charring done to them for other reasons.
I see.
It's just the way they treat the barrel,
Okay.
and then the double oak and that kind of stuff. That's the reason they're different. Is they're going to produce a different flavor
Right.
in the time it sits,
Right.
just
Right.
waiting to be drank.
Okay. So in saying that, what happens is that the whiskey is getting the flavor from the barrel,
Right.
right? Okay.
Right. It's
Gotcha.
like when you have I forget the name of the whiskey, but it was aged in a wine barrel.
Okay.
And then I've had wine that's been aged in a whiskey barrel.
Yeah. Right.
And it just gives you, which is a really dynamic taste, because the wine aged in a whiskey barrel
Right.
gives it that kind of oak char taste, but it
Oh.
still tastes like wine. It's
Really?
wonderful. And it does vice versa. I
Yeah.
love those kind of mixes
Mhm.
because you're not talking a quote unquote flavored libation.
Right.
You're talking something that is just like born with it. They just merge together. It's the perfect marrying.
Oh, there we
Flavor
go.
and
There
taste.
we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So some of my friends that I'm actually going to be going to the races with know even more than I do about it. Like
Mm.
they are listening to podcasts and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff about it
Mm.
constantly. They have entire like bookshelves full of different ones. And I'm like, all right, y'all.
Wow.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Wow. So you just sort of stick to your cigar knowledge, and that's about it after that. Then.
Well, I kind of glean from them. I asked
Do
them
you?
questions.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then like Sir Metal just said, single barrel whiskey is mild in one barrel, and double
Yeah.
barrel is more mellow in flavor and smoother.
Oh, and I guess too, Sir Metal, is that when you get both of them mixing together, you've got more of a complex flavor in the whiskey, I guess.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Well, come to think of it, one of my favorite beers of all time used to be by Blue Pants Brewery, and yeah, seriously, Blue Pants, seriously, and it was called Wee Heavy Ale. It
Heard of
was.
that.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, beers normally I think 5%, something like that. You get somewhat of I think you climb the ladder up to 8-10%. Scott Norcutt can tell you all about this stuff. So, but this one here was a ale aged in Buffalo Trace barrels.
Oh.
And brother, let me tell you, you talking about good, son. Wow. 14%.
Well, that's the way I am with beer. If it's 5%, it's pretty much just flavored water.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got to be in the 6-7%. It's got to be in the 7%, honestly,
Right.
for me to be like,
Wow.
oh, I bet that's going to be really good. If it's
Right.
under that, I'm going to go, I'll try it.
Right, right. Yeah. That was delicious though. And of course, Chris from Blue Pants, they stopped making. I don't know where they can find the barrels in them. I don't know why, but I just told him, so man, you made a mistake. When you capped that off and didn't do it anymore, why? I mean, that's oh God, boy, that stuff was made by angels. Golly, Pete. Anyway, so good to hear.
let me throw out into that conversation. I discovered and stumbled upon it today. But if you go to VitolaFineCigars.com, they have begun a blog there, and their first entry is on pairing or pairing cigars and whiskeys. It doesn't get very in depth, but it talks about the lighter or the white whiskeys and then the darker whiskeys and things like that. It gives you some tips. So check out VitolaFineCigars.com for just that little brief. And I don't know what the next thing. I don't even know who's going to author it. It just said admin, so I don't know if that's Harris or.
Hey, so guess what?
Oh man,
there may be
more to come. No epilogue involved.
Maybe an episode in the works of some pairing guides and whatnot.
Everybody's
interested.
We've got pairings on the list, but we're going to do food pairings and coffee pairings.
I'm on, son.
And there's even on the 280 Facebook page for Cigars and More, there was a mention of coffee and cigar pairings, but nothing much more on that other than come see the experts at the shops. So we'll help guide you.
Right. So, one more question about your whiskey there.
Yeah.
And that is that I know from experience and of course listening, to other whiskey drinkers and the guys that do the liquor, I do know that age has a fact on the cigar that you're smoking, okay? Because the more the age, what you're looking at is the smoother the drink.
Yes and no.
Okay. Gotcha.
Before preface all of this, I watched a great special just called Scotch on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, right.
You watch that, you think it's going to be boring. You think it's going to be a documentary about Scotch. Who cares? It's incredibly intriguing. It's very well made. And I had never had anything older than I think 18 years.
Okay. All right.
But that's what they're saying is, and I'm gleaning all this from them. They were saying there's a difference between a 5-year, there's a difference between a 7, there's a difference between a 12. And once you go from 12 to like 17, 18 is when you see the jump. Now they have stuff that's aged even longer. And these people will sell this stuff for thousands.
So, I heard.
They'll make special bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing that the guys in that show pointed out was, and these are the people who make it. They make this kind of Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
And they said, I never purchase anything over 18 years, or I never drink anything. And you're like, really? And the reason they explain it is that the flavor changes so drastically into something different that they don't, not that they don't enjoy the older stuff, but what they fell in love with falls in that age range. And I was thoroughly intrigued by it. Highly recommend it. It's just called Scotch, and it's on Amazon Prime.
So, in saying that, are you a Scotch fan?
Oh, yes. I'm a very big Scotch fan.
So, you're a Scotch and whiskey fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Scotch is the number one. I would take that over most whiskeys.
I got you.
Any day of the week.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's neat. Well, now, what's Scotch? I understand that they do something a little different with Scotch other than they do whiskey. I'm not sure about the making of it.
I'm not too keen on the entire process
I got
myself. I got a bone up on it for the most part.
Okay, I got you. Didn't mean to pull you over there.
No.
Uncharted waters.
It's you get a lot of flavor notes. Like this is very peaty. They actually
I've heard that.
Peat.
I've heard that.
They use the peat out of the ground.
Okay.
They have special fields in which they will cut the dirt and grass out, and then they will bake that until it's like charcoal bits of dirt and grass, and use that to help flavor.
Sounds gross.
It does. Until you watch the process and you're like, cheese and crackers. That is some detailed process that somebody has spent hundreds of thousands of years perfecting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
yeah.
And it's called Scotch whiskey because Scotch is a form of whiskey.
There was one
Correct.
whiskey. I'm not sure if it's not a whiskey. It is not. But there's it's not a tequila. What is that is next to oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Shoot, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's something it sounds like Malzone, but it's not that. It's doggone it. I can't remember it now. Anyway, but the process of making that, golly, Toby Keith makes it. shoot.
Moonshine.
No. It's made down in Mexico. And
I know what you're talking about, and I think there's a bottle in the next room.
right. Yeah. And I can't.
Mezcal?
Mezcal. You want to watch something that is gross in making of a bottle of liquor? Look at how they make mezcal. Check that out. You want to talking about turn your head and cough? Wow.
Yeah.
That's stupid. And people drink that and they're like, man, that stuff's great. I'm like, after all of that, it's still great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's hideous. Oh my heavens. Just the way they make it.
Yeah.
But I can't anyway.
And another note on that, my buddy points out, is to be called Scotch whiskey, it has to be made in Scotland.
Okay.
After that,
Okay.
if it's not made in Scotland, you can call it Scotch, but that doesn't mean it's just whiskey that's made in the same fashion. But it's like champagne.
Right.
People say, "Oh, I've got champagne." It's not actually champagne. Unless it's from the Champagne region, kind of thing.
In doing so, I heard someone say something about Kentucky
Yeah.
and bourbon. Am I right?
Yeah, that's some good stuff,
Okay.
man. I
All
tell
right.
you what.
They are. Okay. So it has to be from Kentucky in order for it to be bourbon, right?
To be Kentucky bourbon.
Kentucky bourbon.
Because there's a difference.
Okay.
Between normal bourbon and Kentucky bourbon.
Is there?
It's just the way they make it.
Huh?
If you go to Nashville, you can see how they make their stuff. They have a big moonshining community down there. It's just the reason I say that is Nashville. There's so many intriguing things about the way humans decide to make alcohol.
I believe
it
that.
really is
I believe
incredibly
that.
intriguing.
Yeah, I believe it. Heck, fire. Anybody goes up and gets a cactus and says, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna make a drink out of this right here." You
Yep.
just got to go, touche, buddy, touche, man.
It's really interesting how they make all this stuff.
It is. It's fascinating, And the bottles, there's people come in the shop and they awed all the boxes that we have, and how beautiful this. I'm the same way with liquor bottles. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
I think some of the best. Man, they've got some gorgeous liquor bottles out there. I don't care anything about what's on the inside of it, but man, just some of the bottles, I just look and go, man, wow, that's nice. Anyway.
I always like the idea of keeping the bottles, and then I look at them and go, what am I going to do with this?
Right. Yeah. That's it. Keep flowers in it. Well,
I may be wrong. Apparently,
with you, it'd be
about
plastic
Kentucky-
flowers,
about
but
Kentucky bourbon.
it's
So
okay. Yeah.
metal, you can always educate me, good sir. But
There you
that's
are.
what I'd always knew about it.
Nice. It looks like he already has. Okay.
He knows a lot more than I do.
There you are.
And so, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking a frou little coffee, and it's the good old faithful, non-sponsored mocha frappuccinos. That's it. One of the best drinks that goes with cigars, and anyway, it's superb. I mean, it's just good. I've tried caramel. I've tried vanilla, and I've done, I don't know what else. Regular's not too bad, but
I can't
nothing.
imagine vanilla goes very well.
It don't. Now I'm sure it probably does with some folks, but it doesn't me. No, because I don't know. It's chocolate. Chocolate just seems to really accentuate the flavor, man. It really does. Coffee cleans the palate. Chocolate accentuates the flavor and brings it out. Also adds a touch of sweetness to it on the palate. So you literally can, if you wanted to, you could, dip your cigar like in your, you dip it in the little thing right here.
Now, I've never done that because
Yeah.
of the sugar. I mean, I wouldn't mind dipping it in black coffee,
Oh,
but
yeah.
not like sugar coffee. But I have done the dip on this, and I know that there are some cigar smokers out there. They judge other cigar smokers for dipping and then doing that.
No.
I'm telling you,
No.
no judgment here.
No.
It's wonderful. It's a different treat of a cigar. That's all I gotta say.
Now we'll probably as of right now we'll probably have a couple of cigar reps out there. I don't know, I don't know who's on the scroll there, but if we got a couple of cigar reps out there, probably throwing their drink at the TV right now. But yeah, this man, if you want to dip it. Cognac or whatever, man, dip that thing down there and stick it in there. That's all right too.
If your clientele if that's what they do and they buy your cigar,
That's right.
then you are happy that they
Indeed.
did their cigars.
Yeah. Because in my opinion, that would be like judging for somebody of drinking wine instead of whiskey, or scotch instead of wine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or in my case, water instead of,
Yeah.
beer, whatever,
There's
So,
water in beer.
There you are. See? So's bubbles.
Yeah. So I wanted to share one thing that I do, because we did purging last week. I want to do one thing that I kind of like to do, a little tip, just a little tiny tip, not anything major. If you're having difficulty pulling, it's just occurred to me, is I don't know if there's a technical term for it, but I just say you roll the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of roll the tip a little
Very
bit, let
good.
it loose.
Very good. Yeah.
That's a little cigar tip you can use for people. So that in combination with last week's purging, and you can reignite a cigar.
Is there a term for that, or can we come up with one and try to coin something?
I don't know if I really, we can.
Would you
probably
call
come
that
up
like
with one.
massaging the shoulder of the cigar?
Oh,
That would be kind of nice. That would be kind of nice.
That's,
Yeah. You
okay.
want to massage the shoulder of the cigar.
Mr. Gary, if you're having
Yes.
difficulty pulling on your cigar,
Yeah.
remember
Yes, indeed.
the 5th of November.
Oh, the shoulder massage and the rub.
To massage the
Ah,
shoulder
indeed.
of your cigar.
Oh,
Do it
please.
very gracefully and
Yes.
gradually.
Yes, very mild. Very mild. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so that's actually a great tip right there.
Yeah.
I'll throw this out there too, since you're going down that road right there.
Yeah.
It's discouraged. Let me note this right now. It's discouraged. I'll say it again. It's discouraged to do it in the humidor. And if we find you doing this, we will kick you out of the shop. Okay. So,
Well, you
Okay,
shouldn't
often-
massage the shoulder anyway because you're
often-
not smoking it. You don't know if it's.
but no, what I was about to say, I'm noting it. So, but there are often times where you will get a cigar that has a hole in the binder, or the wrapper, not so much, but when the hole gets through the binder, what it will do, of course, it'll have a hard draw to it. Not necessarily a hard draw, but you'll get air. And all you're going to get is just a little bit of smoke and a lot of air. And you're going, God, and there ain't nothing frustrating like having a bad smoke. This is an experience. Okay. So after you buy your cigars, okay.
He means after,
Yes.
John.
And now you can't do this with a Figurado. You can't do this with a closed tip type cigar, or a closed foot. You can't do it with this. But in order to check your cigar, what I would do, okay, spin the cigar around, and on the tip, without cutting the tip of it, without cutting the head of it, go to the footer of it and gently just blow just a little bit. And if you get a lot of resistance out of it, you got a good cigar. If you don't, okay, what you're going to do is sort of wet your finger a little bit, blow on the cigar. If you feel some air coming out of it, or you got a little bit coming out of the cigar, then tip of your finger and just keep going up and down the cigar on the outside of the cigar, not touch it, but on the outside of the cigar, and feel where that hole is. And if you find out where that hole is, just take your finger and cap it.
Yeah.
And then that way you hadn't got to just
On that same
have an
note,
awful experience.
that's what I kind of use the wrapper for as well. As if I had one yesterday at the range, it cracked up a little bit, and so I kind of loosened the band so it would moved it over the crack,
Very good.
and then
Yeah. And there you are.
worked fine until I was
Done, baby. Yeah, the ring band makes a great cover. Very good. Yes, it does. So, and oftentimes you can feel it because it'll be a little flat spot on there as you're rolling it, massaging the shoulders. As you're rolling it, okay. So you can literally almost feel it in there, because the torsador or the roller this stuff has a little bit of blemish to it on the inside anyway. So you can literally feel it. But oftentimes, you just don't want to ruin your experience. So that's a good tip too. Very good.
Well, excellent.
Very good. Yeah.
Well, we are looking good here today. I think we.
I know my cigar is. I know that.
I'm enjoying the heck out of this.
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
Surprised you took the band off so quickly.
You know what? I'm not a band guy. I'm not.
I like to keep mine on until it's just almost uncomfortable for it
Yeah.
to be on.
I screwed up one time and just
I'm sure you
was
screwed up more than one time.
yeah, you had no idea. Page after page after page. So I'm talking like you and I, and then I'm sitting here just smoking away, and the next thing you know, I'm like, man, what is that taste? And I look down at nighttime, obviously outside, and I said, what? And it's my band, and my band is on fire.
Oh,
I said, never again, never again.
Yeah.
So I said, well, enough of that. So I just do away with the band. That way my senility doesn't have to take over and say, oh, you left your band on, knucklehead. So anyway, that's, but that's.
There you go.
Yeah.
So John, you got anything else to add?
No, I'm pretty quiet tonight. Just sitting over
Okay.
here in the corner and relaxing and enjoying my cigar.
Gotcha.
I will say that Jonesy had his first cigar yesterday, day before yesterday. So I don't know, sometime this
There's
week.
that
I
moment
can't
you
remember.
just spoke of.
Yeah. So, do I?
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But he did. He has first cigar, and he says, tastes a little woody. Tastes a little bit like. I said, yeah, it's going to have a little wood taste to it. You know,
That's a good assessment.
yeah, it's good. He's got a great palate. I have to say, he's got a really good palate. So I said, man, you would do great in the. He won't eat catfish because it tastes the mud in it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what.
Wow.
See, that's what I said.
Okay.
And I said, okay, And anyway, yeah, he says, no, I want to. I said, dude, your palate is one we need. Dude, you need to be in the industry, man. You really do. So anyway, yeah. So he seemed like he enjoyed it. So that was kind of cool. Enjoyed that.
Well, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
The final cigar in our pack is
Oh.
the My Father Ma'am. And granted, there is 4 weeks, so you're going to get a surprise cigar, or four Thursdays in April.
Very good.
Oh,
You're going to get a
snap.
surprise cigar for the 5th week, but we're hoping to have Eric from, I hope it's Eric, but Eric from My Father Cigars,
Somebody from my phone.
joining us over the phone next Thursday to discuss the cigar and discuss
Good.
a little bit about
Special
My Father.
Outstanding, man.
So
Outstanding.
we should have a special guest voice in studio. I don't think he's actually coming in, but we'll have him over the phone. And
Don't worry, we'll guilt trip him.
go ahead and pick up your pack of cigars. I can't remember what the price is, but they're just
$32.49.
$32.49, discounted at all the shops.
They are.
The Hemingway they're smoking, if you just wanted to grab that, that's a $10 cigar.
Dude, grab it.
I mean, it's
ooh.
for $10.
Dude, wow.
We try to keep these right in that middle. We're going to hit some $20 cigars every now and then, but we kind of want to expose you to the stuff that is affordable, and you don't have to break the bank to enjoy.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a misconception, is that cigars are expensive and in the hundreds of dollars, which some of them are, but majority of them are not.
I just had a thought.
Thought I heard something.
You know how people will go to a bar and they will order a mixed drink because they know these people make this particular mixed drink or these couple of mixed drinks so good.
Yeah, right.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what a cigar is.
Yeah.
Somebody has made the mixed drink
Mhm.
of this thing. It has
Agreed.
touched so many hands just to get to you.
Well,
You need to sit back and enjoy it. You're not going to buy
yeah,
that mixed drink at your local bar
right.
and then just go done.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. You're going
Right.
to sip it. You're going to enjoy it.
Right,
It's not a shot.
right. There you go.
Same thing.
There you
Same kind
are.
of
Right there.
pleasure.
Indeed. Very good.
Massaging the shoulders. Oh my
And-
gosh.
Yeah. Massaging the shoulders.
Well, this has been an absolutely wonderful episode. Another one in the books. Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
John Viviani.
Indeed. Thank you, Big John. Appreciate that, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. Gary.
As well as you, Mr. Devin.
And remember, If you like what you hear, we have it in podcast form as well as on the YouTube channel, whatnot. Spread it around, like, share, and subscribe.
Please.
Thank you for all the people who were here, Siren Song and Sir Metal, and anybody else watching who didn't comment. Always feel free to comment. If you
Yes.
feel like commenting, we'd
Please
love to
do.
hear from you.
Yes.
As well as post-show.
Mhm.
Feel free. Tell us what you were smoking, what you liked, what you didn't like.
Yep.
You know,
Tell us something that we need to do. Give us some input on further shows on what you want to enjoy, what you are inquired about. Because what we try to do is we try to cover all the bases, but you know, there's believe it or not, we do leave holes.
should John get a haircut? Even though you never see him, should
there
he
it
get a
is.
haircut?
He's already got it.
Yeah.
So
And
right
hopefully
now.
one day he'll have a camera he can pop on and be like a, you know, maybe in a lower third or something.
I'm waiting for him to grow his beard out for about a foot.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be great.
I think it's about time for John to shave his beard off and go back to that cute little baby face that he has.
About that time.
When I do that, I'll get the camera, and then the females will spike that watch the show.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
I was waiting for that ZZ Top starter kit there to come about,
ZZ
but
Top.
it's not going to happen.
The
Anyway.
the viewership, the guys and girls that will spike when you get a camera. Yeah. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next exciting adventure of Smoking Underground.
Indeed. Y'all have a good day. And